For me to come to Oxford brings first of all memories of my early childhood, but it's only now that I could really fully appreciate the glory and the importance of this city in the scheme and the grand scheme of the world. For me to come here and also to play in the Sheldonian Theatre, where all the great names, Haydn, Handel, appeared and made music, simply a magical experience.
He mentioned, and of course I also remember, the programs of the early part of the 20th century, where it would have been the norm for a soloist to actually play not 2 concertos, 3 concertos. If you look at the programs of Arthur Rubinstein, you'll have the Beethoven Emperor, you'll have a Chopin concerto, as well as Tchaikovsky to finish. We were celebrating Vengerov's great artistry, and how better to do it than to give him the opportunity to show himself in 2 completely different and diverse musical styles, Britten and Dvořák.
Shostakovich said about Britten that this composer is the greatest genius of our 20th century. And he's absolutely right, because we have here the violin concerto, which stands out the whole range of the repertoire, along with Shostakovich and Prokofiev and Walton violin concertos. It has its own identity, its own strength, and the strength of this piece is this collaboration, intense collaboration with soloist and orchestra and conductor. It's not just enough to have good soloist predominating over the score and the orchestra in the background, so to say, accompanying. It's just not enough. It's a full commitment of the 3 entities. And of course, to play this fantastic piece in the majestical Sheldonian Theatre, which has an incredible acoustic, is one of the greatest joy of my life. It is a full discovery for me.
Now, we see music, I think, in similar ways. We will not accept a run-of-the-mill performance. We make musical statements, whether you like them or you don't. Well, that's besides the point. We will speak. There's no way that we will go out there and just do a gig. That is anathema to me. I have been brought up by a teacher who always told me, play a concert as if it's the last concert in your life, in your career.
My Lord, ladies and gentlemen, what a great privilege for me tonight to play in this majestical Sheldonian Theatre and with such a fantastic orchestra. And thank you so much, Maestro Papa.
They never fall into this routine of just orchestra members just come to the daily job. I didn't see that, and that is quite rare to see that musicians are they are in love with music, and that you can see. And of course, that has been a wonderful experience for me as a soloist.
I mean, people were often asking me, how was it to accompany him? Well, it was a nightmare in some cases, in the best way possible, because just when you thought you knew what he was about to do. He would do something completely different, and sort of, so you're constantly on edge, which is the sign of a great artist who is never going to be predictable.
I think it's absolutely amazing and very important for the orchestra's development in general, and for the players to work with musicians of such caliber.
Today, my wife and I, we went to Ashmolean Museum, and I have had the greatest fortune to hold the precious Messiah Stradivari. It's not allowed to be played, but they've graciously allowed me to hold it.
We were, of course, also very excited when he put his violin next to the Messiah. So you have these two great Stradivari violins side by side.
It's definitely getting a name for itself. I mean, you've got such well-respected principals in the orchestra, and they're all posting on Facebook and all sorts, we played with such and such last night and things, and the word is getting around, and I know, lots of players are eager to come and play with us now.
It's obvious that there is a plan, there's a very ambitious one, to bring first-rate orchestral music and artists to Oxford.
I think the Lang Lang concert we did last year was something that really stuck in my mind, because he was the most extraordinary communicator, not just with the audience but with the orchestra as well. I mean, there was sort of just music oozing out of every pore of his body.
My thoughts always are, let's continue to improve, because if we have something that is good enough for the great and the good, they will come. And I will go and ask them to come, because in full confidence that they will not be let down.
And London is one of the places that we really need to target. The Proms will be an amazing, I think, venue. We have already performed at the Barbican Centre. I think we really should play the Proms, but also explore other towns in the UK, but also going abroad. I think if we can do some touring, it will be really amazing for the orchestra.
Oxford is the important city for the world, for music. To Oxford, I would always come back.
I feel a very important factor that attracts me to this band is the fact that we're all friends.
Yes.
There's a great feeling of friendship, community here, which cannot be taken for granted, I suppose. Not many major orchestras can boast such an atmosphere.
Not as close, really.
And this is really important.
Some players of ours come and say to me, I wake up in the morning and I say, I have to go to work. Or I wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to Oxford. That's lovely. That's lovely to hear.